Dear congregation, join me to welcome Kamalabyonna Oweekitiibwa Charles Peter Mayiga. You heard, I think, the Vice Chancellor, if I remember well, telling you that the cabinet is all here. So I request the congregation again to join me to welcome the members of the cabinet, Oweekitiibwa Ahmed Lwasa, Deputy Speaker, Oweekitiibwa Noah Kiyimba, in charge of cabinet, special duties in the Katikkir's office, Oweekitiibwa Amis Kakomo, I think you know him as Mwanyi Terimba, Oweekitiibwa Ssaalongo Robert Sserwanga, Owabavubuka. I think the Bavubuka should even clap them more, dear. I also welcome very warmly my mentor, one of my mentors, Professor Masagazi Massazi, former minister, and Oweekitiibwa Ssekabembe, former minister as well. Please join me again to welcome the members of the Great Lukiiko. I think I saw a few present, but wherever they are, kindly stand up. The members of the Great Lukiiko, especially those that are on the Education Committee. I would like to warmly welcome Abataka b'Obusolya, Abalangira n'Abambejja, the Chairperson, Board of Directors, and the members of this university, dear Chairperson, Governing Council and the 7th Council, religious leaders here present. I want to recognize the dignitaries from National Council for Higher Education. I think at this, let me stand on the protocol that has already been lined by the Vice Chancellor, the Chairperson, and our Kalabalaba. Today, as we witness the 13th ceremony of Mutesa I Royal University, we are not merely observing an academic ritual. We are participating in a profound act of community building. Each one of you, dear graduates, being a seed cultivated within these walls, now ready to be planted in the fertile soil of the society. Your success is our shared harvest. Congratulations. Then that makes me very glad to be part of this graduation ceremony, not only as the minister under whose docket this great university falls, but as a proponent of a philosophy that must define our future. The former speakers have demonstrated this. That is Ubuntu Bulamu. And this philosophy emphasizes interconnectedness and humanity towards others. Under this philosophy, we are talking about products of this university that are grounded in integrity, empathy, civility. I think some of what I would like to say has been mentioned when our special guest, Professor Emily, was addressing us. And I invite these graduates to give a clap, because what I was going to labor to explain, she has done that. Thank you very much, Professor. This ceremony coincides with a significant transition for the university from the initial planning phase to the critical execution stage. I have had the chance Madam Chancellor and our Katikiro, to review the strategic direction. And I'm pleased to see that the blueprint for 2025-2030 is not just about infrastructure or programs. It is at its heart about people. So this calls on all of us, the stakeholders, to play our roles right. And at this juncture, I would like to inform the congregation that we ought to be, firm. I will sort of satisfied, I don't know what to say there. I would like to say that to this congregation that the governance of this university has had seamless transition from the 6th to the 7th council. And that makes the university very firm, very steadfast on its progress. Thank you, the 6th council, for inducting well the 7th council and taking on now the execution stage. So with this plan and the council being effectively inducted to execute the plan, this will see the university bringing, taking the university to the people. Programs like agriculture, Bachelor of Agriculture, you've heard that it is in pipeline, agribusiness, diplomas, and short courses. You come around for a short course and you are equipped, and then you go back to the people to equip them with further skills. Management is therefore called upon to remain steadfast, ensuring that the product from this Mutesa, the first Royal Chartered University in the whole of Uganda and the world. Your lecturers, dear graduates, and those to come, will make sure that they still produce graduates that have professionalism infused with compassion, graduates that respect for diversity, that actively builds bridges, those graduates or the graduates that will go out and have a cultural sensitivity that grounds innovation in tradition. Those that have the tenacity that is fueled by love for community, not just about personal ambition. So we would like to see that team spirit that reflects interconnectedness, because we are abantu ba Buganda abali awamu. To my dear parents, guardians, and benefactors, we would like to thank you for having fulfilled your responsibility. I think at this, the Katikiro will tell you more about this responsibility. And we would like you to support these graduates when they come out as graduates. Keep reminding them to be the living examples of Ubuntu Bulamu in society. We trust their parents, benefactors, and all of you here present that you'll keep them reminded. And I want to be very slow at this. And dear graduates, listen to this. We trust that the parents and the members of the community will remind these young people about responsible decision-making, especially in matters of health. You are told that HIV and AIDS is still on. We have issues of mental health. So make right decisions, especially in your health. I conclude by expressing indebtedness to government for accrediting the university. We want to thank government for that. I request again the congregation to join me to thank the cabinet headed by the Katikiro for the guidance, the policy guidance that we receive to make sure that this university is led in a way that satisfies the Buganda norms, but as well respecting the law. So thank you, dear cabinet. You've always been there to approve our programs or whatever that is brought before you. Madam Chancellor, we have the Buganda Luchiko members, especially those on Akachiko Kebyenjigiriza Emizanyo. I think they should be around. I saw Echitiwa Chigude Namayanja. There could be some other members present. But as we do our work in the ministry, this Kachiko gives us guidance. It gives us direction. And then the Board of Education is also responsible for guiding us. I saw a member, Sister Sylvia, there. I don't know whether the other members are also present. The board members, I would like to thank you before this congregation because you do great work to guide us in the ministry's work. I want to thank Madam Chancellor. Thank you for giving us direction. You are at international level, but you get time and quality time and give us the guidance. Dear congregation, join me. This is an international judge, and then she spares time to make sure that we remain high in performance. This is great. Dear Board of Directors, we want to thank you as well, Board of Directors of this university, and the Governing Council, the 7th Governing Council. Let me use the same chance to welcome you very warmly, because this is your first graduation to organize or to witness. And I trust you are going to make sure that this university remains visible. That 20 nursery schools so far Kabaka has established. I'll drive that message there to prepare themselves well to make sure they read up to this level. We have also several now primary schools that the Kabaka has established. So I'll do that job and ensure that, you know, they are very well grounded in and focused to come over to MRIU. Secondary schools as well as the technical education. Dear staff, I want to thank you for ensuring that the university remains visible through the programs executed. And I want to congratulate you, dear staff, on your first cohort of master's degree graduates. Congratulations, dear staff. All of you God's people here present, I want to thank you for gracing this occasion. Thank you for the various roles that you play in society. I know all of you here care about education, and for that, I give you a thunderous clap. Thank you very much. In all the above, We want to thank Ssaabasajja Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II for his vision of founding this university and the many other educational institutions that I've mentioned earlier. I Masomoji Wangala. I'm greatly privileged, greatly honored. Dear graduates, I'm going to invite the Katikiro, and you know how well he delivers a message to you. May you please welcome him very warmly. Dear Katikiro, we want to thank you for always being there for these educational institutions, Mutesa One University in particular. And at this, I request you very humbly to address this congregation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please get seated. Madam Chancellor, Late Justice Julia Sebutinde, and Mr. John Sebutinde, ow'emmamba eyakwewangulira. May I ask all the graduates to rise? All of you rise. All of you, get onto your feet. All of you get onto your feet, graduates. Some of you are still seated. Get on your feet, graduates. Give a round of applause to the Chancellor of the University. Do it again, and again, and again. Now, before you sit, give a round of applause to your parents and guardians. On your feet, do it again, and again, and again. That's very nice. Now sit down and keep quiet. Abazadde b'abaana mutudde nnyo, muyimirireko omusaayi gutambule, muyinza okufuna obutole. Abazadde muyimirireko omusaayi tegwekwata. Asigambye endongo. Kale abazadde mukubire Ssaabasajja Kabaka mu ngalo. Please be seated. I thank the Master of Ceremonies for introducing everyone who is here. And I'm very glad that we have all come to witness this most honorable event. I extend my sincere appreciation to the University Council and management for the stewardship that continues to guide this university. We look forward to more steady growth and progress in the years to come. Today, as we witness the 13th graduation ceremony, it is gratifying to note that the university has remained steadfast during the transition from the 6th to the 7th Governing Council. The effective implementation of policies outlined in the Charter, that was acquired 2 years back is satisfying. This year's theme is initial phase completed. Execution begins, guided by Ubuntu Bulam. It is timely, it is profound. The initial phase, culminating in the acquisition of the charter, required us to be focused. I thank everyone who did all that was necessary to ensure that the charter was granted to this university. Now that phase is over. Now we are in the phase of execution. We must not execute blindly. We should execute guided by Ubuntu Bulam, as everyone else has mentioned, which should be visible. The values of humanity, integrity, respect, compassion, hard work. As we build academic excellence, as we expand infrastructure, as promised by the new chair of the council, as we deepen research, as the Vice Chancellor mentioned, we must remain rooted in those values. Academic success without Ubuntu Bulam produces graduates who are hard-placed to choose between right and wrong, who do not appreciate the value of collective good and community well-being. So it's very important, this message about Ubuntu Bulam. We gather here at the time when the Kingdom has inaugurated a new program aimed at attaining high standards and excellence in all our undertakings. This program that I inaugurated recently in Buvuma Islands, dubbed Stula Omutindo, has 6 key elements. The first is agriculture, and everyone is talking about Mwanyi Terimba, Matoke, animal husbandry. The second element is commerce and industry and the different undertakings. Not everyone is going to grow coffee. Some are carpenters, others are fishermen. The third is education, and we are here today to witness the fruits of imparting education. The fourth element is health. HIV/AIDS has been repeated even here many times, and we all know how it spreads. The fifth element is high homestead standards. We want people to stay in homesteads that have got sufficient and safe drinking water, with pit latrines, with houses for animals and birds, clean environment at home, and the last one is promotion of talent. This is strategic and deliberate to ensure that everyone in the Kingdom carries out his undertakings at the highest standards in order to realize social and economic well-being in our shared dream of development for all. Therefore, I see this graduation as a critical deliverable within the Kingdom's strategic plan. Mutesa, the first Royal University, is not an island. It is a powerful engine within the vessel of Buganda. Every right decision you make, every quality graduate you produce, every relevant research project you undertake, all these directly contribute to our shared goal of a kingdom that is a beacon of hope and advancement. I often say that education is comparable to food. A citizen without basic education, without mentioning any significant academic attainment, is like a malnourished person. Dear members of the University Council and management, we watch with expectation. The time for execution is at hand. All of you have said so. We look forward to a measurable impact, not only in budgets and buildings, but in solutions delivered to our communities, in entrepreneurs nurtured, in jobs created, and in the preservation and promotion of our language, culture, and heritage. Let this university become a center of innovation that addresses the real needs of our people. I commend Dr. Goretti Nakabugo and the outgoing University Council. You headed the university at a very critical time. If you are not steadfast and courageous, the situation wouldn't look the way it looks today. I thank you very much, madam, and your team. And I welcome, of course, the new council, like I said, with high hopes. I appreciate you for commissioning me as an ambassador for this university, a role I'll proudly carry out. This is a message specifically for the graduates of the 2025 class. You are the first fruits of this aligned vision in this new phase of execution. You therefore carry a profound dual mandate, the academic mandate of your degree or diploma, or even master's degree, and the cultural mandate of your kingdom. As you step into the world, ask yourselves, how will my knowledge change my life? Let me say this again. Ask yourselves, how will my knowledge change my life? How will it uplift a family in Ichagwe? How will my skills improve services in Budu? How will my profession, my career, strengthen the economy and reputation of the Kingdom of Buganda and Uganda? You are the ambassadors of our renaissance. You are the builders of our future. You are the soldiers of development, not with lethal weapons, not with guns, AK-47s, but with knowledge, innovation, and integrity, with Ubuntu Bulamu. The journey to where we want to go at the helm of social and economic development is a collective climb. Mutesa, the first Royal University, has secured its place on the rope. Now we must pull together with discipline and commitment to our shared vision, always guided by Ubuntu Bulamu. I thank Professor Emily Akuno, the guest speaker from the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. I'm sure you've planted a seed. I dare say you've even watered it, and it will bear fruit sooner than later. Please do come again. Ndi wano musaza lya Kabaka ery'e Buddu, kanjogereyo ku Luganda, si kulwa ng'abaasigala eno balowooza nti bwe nasomoka Lwera Oluganda nalwerabira. Ndi musanyufu nnyo ne bannange bano bonna okubeera wano mu kutikkira abayizi bano okw'omulundi ogw'e-13 okugenda okukolebwa omulamuzi Julius Sebutinde, omulamuzi w'ekkooti y'ensi yonna. Neebaza abakulira ssettendekero ono olw'obukulembeze obuvuddemu enkulaakulana erabwako. Nga naakajja wano nga Katikkiro nabagamba nze sikolagana na nfuufu, sikolagana na bintu byonna bijamajama. Profesa Kakembo teyaliiwo mu budde obwo, naye bwe yasoma mu fayiro ndoza yabiraba. Yunivasite gye twasanga wano emabega si yeeno, Emyansa, kabonero kalungi kawa essuubi. Tubeebaza nnyo. Omulamwa gw'omwaka guno guvuga nti, oba omubala guvuga nti tumaze entandikwa kati kukola nga twesigamye ku buntu bulamu. Gutujjukize ensonga y'obuntu bulamu buli omu bw'alina okuba nabwo yonna gy'agenda okukolera oba okubeera. Ebirala bijja kugoberera, naddala erimu abayizi abatikkiddwa nga munyikiza obuntu bulamu ne bubukala mu mmeeme zammwe. We tukuŋŋaanidde wano olwaleero ng'Obwakabaka bw'atongozza enteekateeka eyatuumiddwa situla omutindo, nagitongolezza mu bizinga by'e Buvuma. Erimu emiramwa 6 egiruubirira okusitula omutindo ogw'omuntu ssekinnoomu n'eyo mu kitundu gy'abeera. Omulamu ogusooka bulimi, ebyemmwanyi mubimanyi, ebitooke, okulunda n'ebirala. Omulamu ogwokubiri busuubuzi n'amakolero n'emirimu emirala abantu gye bakola, tugambe ng'obuvubi eyo gye nabadde e Buvuma. Ogwokusatu bya bulamu, mumanyi Mukenenya ab'Ebuddu eno bamutegeera nnyo, byebimu ku bitundu gye yatandikira. Twagala kumugoberawo ddala wano, okugema abaana, okulya obulungi, okweyonja, ebyenjigiriza gwe mulamwa ogwokuna, era gwe gutuleese wano okutikkira abayizi abaliko emisomo gye bawangudde. Ogwokutaano mbeera z'amaka. Teweetaaga kuba mugagga okubeera omuyonjo mu maka gy'obeera. Teweetaaga kuba mugagga okuba ne kaabuyonjo. Teweetaaga kuba mugagga okunaaba mu ngalo ng'ova emmanju. Teweetaaga kuba mugagga okusuza embuzi mu nnyumba eyaazo. N'ensonga esembayo okusitula ebitone. Kale mwetaaga mwe naddala abayizi abatikkiddwa okusitula omutindo mu byonna bye mugenda okukola. Ssettendekero ono nteekateeka ya muwendo mu Buganda, kubanga ebyenjigiriza bifaananako emmere gye tulya, era we bitali tetusobola kudda ku ntikko. Era ngamba abazadde mirundi mingi nga tutikkira abayizi nti okuweerera abaana si kwefiiriza, obwo buvunaanyizibwa obufaananako okubawa emmere. Kaakati gwe atikkiddwa otegese otya okubaako ky'ogatta ku bulamu bwo? Weebuuze, kiki ky'ogenda okugatta ku masaza gy'ova? Era ddala kiki ky'olowooza okukola ekiyitimusa ekitiibwa kya Uganda wamu n'okuzzaawo Buganda edde ku ntikko? Mbayozaayoza n'okubasaba obutafuna kiwejjowejjo ng'oyo awummula tannatuuka kyafuna, kubanga mukyalina eby'okutuukako bingi mu maaso. Neebaza abazadde abatuukiriza obuvunaanyizibwa okubalabirira n'okubaweerera, temubaswaza. Once again, I congratulate the graduating class of 2025, and I thank all of you who have paid attention to your studies. I wish you a high climb. Climb to the top of the hill and plant the flag of victory. And when you reach the top, pull the others up, because the top of a hill is normally very cold. You need company to keep warm. So when you get to the top, plant the flag of victory and pull others up. I thank the dancers and choir for the dance and for the song. Wasn't it beautiful? Mutasa, thank you very much, and your team. You I didn't know how to react. I almost got embarrassed by the praises in the song. But yes, I appreciate them. Thank you very much. God bless you. Ssaabasajja Kabaka Wangala.
Thank you very much, our dear Katikkiro. Bassebo ne bannyabo engalo endala ez'omwanguka twebaze Katikkiro olw'obubaka bwe atuwadde. And at this moment, next on program is recognition of outstanding performers. I have the honor to invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Vincent Kakembo, to present them to the Chancellor. And as the VC comes, I want to tell you that our graduation is trending #1 on Twitter. And we are also live on TikTok and YouTube. Thank you, Esther, our marketing consultant, for the efforts. We appreciate.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following students who have excelled in their academic endeavors and have been duly approved by the University Senate for the Award of Academic Excellence. I request you that you award their certificates and gifts. I'll request the Katikkiro to award these best students their certificates and gifts. Thank you. The following students will be awarded certificates and gifts by our beloved Katikkiro. #1 is Atuhura Gloria, Bachelor of Early Childhood Education from the Faculty of Education. She's a female with a CGPA of 4.78. Please come forward to the Katikkiro to get your certificate and the award, please, or the gift. Please give her a big round of applause, please. Okay. So that gift awarded by the Katikkiro has in it, among us other things, a cash prize of 50,000 Uganda shillings, or 500,000 Uganda shillings. Thank you.
Tell you, say you can never be the one.
The next student is Ntulume Edward from the Bachelor of Business Administration program with a CGPA of 4.76. Please come forward, Mr. Ntulume Edward.
Listen, them tell you, say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you, say that you induced in 1 month, in 1 week, you will sing a new
The gift of 500,000 Uganda shillings is inclusive of that package.
You will hear, congratulations, you're still in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations.
student is Mr. Nkalubo Swaibu Muyingo, Bachelor of Information Technology program, and with a CGPA of 4.71. Come forward, Mr. Nkalubo.
Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you, and you will come back.
A big round of applause once again, graduates. A big round of
Yes, you will come again, return your song of praise. God is good. Congratulations.
Southern, you get a shoes again.
God is good. Them say that I can never be all that. I've seen that. God is greater than that. Come back with the Lord. Nobody can change His mind alone. Many years, many ways, I have said His faithfulness ever and ever. Congratulations, I have seen the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for me, and I have come back with a new song to sing. My God is good. Yes, I am now again with a new song of praise. My God is good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Owekitiibwa Katikkiro, ssettendekero ono abayizi bano bagenda okufuluma tubakolamu survey ne tulaba ebika engeri gye bikozeemu, bika kye bisinze okuwagira ssettendekero ono. N'omulundi guno tubadde tukusaba ssebo okwase abajjajjaffe ab'obusolya babiri ab'ebika abasinze okutuweereza abaana abagraduatinga leero. Ebika owekitiibwa abaana bafuluma leero 997 nga tuggyeko ebyaffe ebya Buganda n'abavudde awalala. Nga tuggyeko ebyaffe eby'omu Buganda ne bonna abayita muno, kubanga nga institution eno bweri Buganda norms tuzigoberera ate tetwerabira bya buwangwa. N'olwekyo ekika ekyasinga okusindika abaana abagenda okufuluma olwaleero omwaka guno kyali ekika eky'engabi ensamba. Era tusaba jjajja Omutaka Nsamba omukwase ero ekirabo ekyo tweyanziza jjajja Nsamba, tweyanziza yongera okusindika abazzukulu wo mu ssettendekero wa Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Era twatunuulira kika ki ekisinze okuwagira omwana omuwala mu ssettendekero wa Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Ekika ekyo ky'ekyente. Ekika eky'ente bantegezezaako jjajja Omutaka Katongole abadde mukosefukosefu waha omukulu Lwasa, tweyanziza w'ekitiibwa obukiikirire, tweyanziza nnyo, tweyanze. Tweyanziza Katikkiro.
Okay, congratulations our students. And at this juncture, it's my singular honor and privilege to call upon our dear Chancellor to address the congregation. Chancellor. You have the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I've been confined to this chair, which I find a bit odd, but what is important is that you can hear my voice. Owekitiibwa Charles Peter Mayiga, Katikkiro wa Buganda. Owekitiibwa Kotilda Chikomeko, Minister for Social Development and Education. Our special guest, Professor Emily Achieng Akuno, the Vice Chancellor of Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Because of time, I'm just going to say all our honored guests, which have been so ably introduced by our Master of Ceremony, our esteemed members of the Governing Council, esteemed Board of Directors, our dedicated faculty and staff, proud parents and guardians, and most importantly, our accomplished graduates of the class of 2025. It is a good afternoon right now, and I want to take the opportunity to wish you a happy new year as well. I welcome you warmly to this 13th graduation ceremony of Mutesa I Royal University. I begin by giving thanks to our good Lord for having kept each of us safely through the past year and enabling each of us to be part of this grand celebration. It would be remiss of me not to introduce my husband, Mr. John Sebutinde, seated right here, who is attending such a function for the first time. I want to thank the Lord in a special way for the good health of His Majesty, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi, the Kabaka of Buganda. And this morning, Katikkiro whispered in my ear, nti Ssaabasajja mwali, era atutumidde ffenna, era omukolo guno agwota buliro. Today, we gather not only to confer academic credentials to our successful students, but also to honor a journey of resilience, intellect, and transformative growth. This graduation carries exceptional significance, for it is the first to be celebrated under the stewardship of the newly inaugurated 7th Governing Council. I wish to pay heartfelt tribute to the Council under the visionary and steadfast leadership of its chairperson, Dr. Kasozi Mulindwa, for setting a bold and purposeful course from the very first day of its tenure. It is deeply inspiring to see the Council embrace the next 5 years, that's 2025 to 2030, strategic plan with such clarity and conviction, transforming vision into action with remarkable resolve. Their committee work plans are already firmly in motion. Oversight is vibrant, and the university is confidently stepping into the future it has imagined for itself. Today's milestone is not only a celebration, of our graduates' achievements, but also a powerful testament to an institution rising, evolving, and advancing with renewed energy and purpose. In a special way, I also wish to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor Vincent Kakembo, and the faculty of MRU for the work and effort you all put in to ensure that this institution runs smoothly despite the daily challenges that you face. As we celebrate this 13th graduation, we are reminded that in many traditions, 13 signifies not an ending, but a threshold, a transition into deeper purpose and higher responsibility. And so it is with MRU today. The foundational chapter has been written, a new chapter of execution has begun, profoundly rooted in our Ugandan heritage, Ubuntu Bulamu, or in the Bantu-speaking language, Ubuntu, which means the spirit of our shared humanity, respect, community, and ethical leadership. Here, I have to emphasize to our graduates especially, or maybe to speak to the elephant in the room, that Ubuntu Bulamu is an endangered species in our country today. And as you venture out, you have got to be aware of this. Avoid the temptation of throwing away Ubuntu Bulamu with which you have been equipped at this university. This principle must not remain an aspiration. It must animate our strategy as an institution. It must infuse life into every pillar that defines our path. Quality education, research and innovation, community engagement, governance, financial stewardship, public image, and infrastructure. It must serve as the compass that directs us